Now in this tutorial we are going to understand how to introduce Bootstrap accordion, as we can see in this case. Here it is. Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In this tutorial, today we are going to understand how to create Bootstrap accordion. That means on clicking these particular Font Awesome icons that we have imported from Font Awesome sites. Now here we can see that on clicking them, a drop down item descends down with some text into it. So this is the particular thing that we are going to understand today. And for that we are getting to google.com again, and here we have to search for Bootstrap accordion. Here is the link that presents Collapse Bootstrap. Now if we click onto it, you will get a sample page. In this particular case, there is a button on clicking which we can see that a particular drop down item descends down, and again on clicking it, it disappears again. So this is the thing that we need to know, and here the code is given. Now the question is, in this particular example we are practically using a button. That is why a button has been introduced, but we have already introduced some Font Awesome icons over here, and our demand is on clicking which this toggling action will take place and this text will be descending down. That is why while we will be copying from here, we won't be copying this button class. All those things are set into our website, and all we need to do, we need to copy only this part, data toggle collapse. So this is the first thing that we are going to copy, and we are going to place it into index.html in the first case, where I class far envelope first pin is being placed. So all we are doing for the time, we are just pasting it. Now we can see that area hidden is true, data toggle collapse, it is needed. This is the only data attribute that will make all those collapse action coming into reality. Data target, which is needed to specify a particular CSS selector. In this case it is an ID practically, and in this second position these things will be copied as a whole. Come back to our project, and within this div class banner 2, all we are doing, we are just pasting it. There it goes. Let's make a little bit of orientation here. Click here, we can see that all those things are coming right into action. All those text are being observed over here, and on clicking which we can see that this text item, it is practically appearing and disappearing repeatedly on clicking this particular icon. That means we have successfully placed all those things over here. Now the same thing should be repeated for the rest of these icons. Those are present here. Copy them all, place it here. Now you have previously issued an ID with collapse example, and as I have told you earlier in our tutorials that an ID is the fastest selector and it can be used only once. Now you have created ID collapse example once, that is why you cannot use it again on the same page. So that is why you need to change this ID into, for say I'm changing it to ID collapse example 1. Now all we need to do, we need to copy this thing again, and we need to paste it here. There you go. Now paste it. Now here you can see that in case of ID we have used this collapse example, and in case of data target we have used the same ID here. That means we have to use this ID here. So this is part 2. Press Ctrl S, get back to your project, reload, and you can see that okay, both of them are working right now. In the same manner we are going to copy this data toggle, and inside this I class we need to paste them, and we need to change this ID name as we have done previously. So we need to provide here 2. So that's it. Now press Ctrl S, get back to your project and reload. Now let's check out what is the result of it. which has come out so far. Okay, everything is perfectly working. So when we will be reloading, our page will be looking like this. And in this particular case, if somebody cares to click into these icons, then he will be seeing all those texts, all those contents within this particular divs. Now the question is, why should somebody click onto this? I mean, if you just reload and if you see again, if you view again, all you are seeing over here is just a rotating icon. These are practically indicating nothing here. Everything looks like a blank, and unfortunately or accidentally, if someone just clicks over it, then he sees some content. This is not the ideal example that you want to show practically into your website. So that is why you need to make some modification here. And all we are doing now, we are practically replacing this div class collapse with collapse in. We have replaced it in banner 4. Now we are going to banner 3. Get back to your project and reload. Now you can see that all your contents are getting visible. Now someone will understand that this feature, they are practically holding some contents inside. Now the question is again the silly old customization. Without customization, nothing will come true. Now if we just press F12 and select the arrow selector and select this particular block, we can see here comes the attributes and properties, and all they are doing, they are practically fetching their properties from body part. Under which part it is practically coming in. These are the IDs over there. As I have told you previously that ID is the fastest selector. So we will be now targeting this particular, the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to copy this ID. Now we are getting back to banner 2, and here press Ctrl S, get back to your project and reload, and now you can see that it is practically working. So all we need to do, we need to make some amendments over here. We need to provide you need to experiment with all those attributes, with all those properties over here. Press Ctrl S, get back to your project and reload, and now you can see that it is practically working. Text align, we need to provide some text alignment. We are keeping it towards the center. Here it is. Now it is lying into the central position. Now we need a particular background color. Now for say we are choosing a particular color. For say we are choosing this one. Now we are copying this color code, background. Press Ctrl S, reload. Okay, we are now done with it. Not done yet. We need to make some changes over here into this color code. Here it is. Now we can see that we have practically customized this background, this whole thing. In the same manner, all we need to do, we need to apply all those attributes over here, and we need to make those necessary amendments. Those are suitable to this particular part or this particular segment. So that is why we are getting back, and as if in this case, now inside this banner 3 we are making these amendments. This is banner 3 actually, and it is ID collapse example 1. And in case of background colors, let's choose another background color here. Press Ctrl S, reload, and you can see that the same property is being observed over here. In the same manner, for this last part, all we need to do, we need to copy this thing, banner 4, paste it. Okay, now we are all set to go. Press Ctrl S, get back to your project and reload, and now you can see that everything is working perfectly. Now if you just click here, you may see that everything is now ascending or descending. That means those are toggling with their contents on clicking those particular icons. Now another case, if you just look into our previous example, there goes the cursor. It is now changing itself into a pointer option. So this is the last thing that we need to do. In this particular case, we need to mention some hover action. I'll copy it, get back to banner 3, paste it over here, and in the same manner we are copying it and we are pasting it over here. Banner 2. Get back to your project and reload. Now you can see that your mouse cursor is now changing its property. From auto it is now changing itself into a pointer option. So this is the part that we needed to know from this tutorial. Hope you have liked this tutorial. If you have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.